How's it going, everyone? It's John of the Last Seed podcast with my boy Ty. So, football in general is in the air, but we got it's basically football eve.
Football Eve.
Football eve. Eagles Cowboys tomorrow. You know what I mean? Let's hop right into it. So, by popular demand, me and Ty are gonna do a review of my auction draft.
Yep.
We did it on Labor Day. I've been doing it for the past 7 or 8 years. Ty has a little bit of experience in it. He was an auctioneer last year, had a lot of fun doing it. But let's just hop right into it. Right?
Yeah, we'll hop right in. So I'm not actually in this league, so I think it'll be kind of funny and kind of cool to get outside perspective, but then also get your perspective for being in it.
Yeah, for sure. So this will be pretty fun. So
all right, let's start off with Ryan's team.
So at quarterback, he went with a Raven stack. So just to preface this, last year he did this, and he was real close to making a championship. It was one game away, and he only lost that game by a point. But at quarterback, Lamar Jackson. Running backs, he's got Marion Hampton, Aaron Jones, Jaden Blue. He's also got Najee Harris, so he's got Marion Hampton's handcuff. Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman as his receivers. As his bench guys, he's got like Marquise Brown, Keenan Allen, Jaden Reed. Tight end, he's got Mark Andrews. So obviously a lot of Ravens. So what's your first takeaway when you look at his team?
Yeah, he's got the Ravens guys. I do like Lamar. I think Andrews will have a bounce back year. The running backs are kind of, I'm not sure what it's going to look like in the backfield in LA with the Chargers. Chase I like. Hill I do like. Flowers I think is solid, and you got Bateman, so it's like you're thinking you're going to hopefully hit with one of those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Too. If we're grading them just on a letter grade, I'd give them a C+.
C+. I'm gonna have to go with a C- in my opinion, just because I think if your opinion, it really depends on this team, how you view this team, is just how you view Tyreek Hill.
Right.
Me personally, I'm someone that's not really on him this year. Ryan paid $34 for Tyreek Hill. I had him on my sheet for $20. So it's just me personally. I could be wrong, but if Tyreek Hill is back to what he was a couple years ago, and last year was a fluke, Ryan made out because you haven't chased Hill like he did that last year a couple years ago. You're spending your whole team salary cap on those guys. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna have to go C-. Also, Ryan, I'm going to the game with you on Sunday. I'm watching you. Okay, if you cheer for any Ravens, I'm giving you a gut punch. So just watch out for that.
So all right, we're on to Joe M. So he's got Purdy, Achane, Connor. He's got both the guys in Jacksonville, Bigsby and ETN, Spears as well, Worthy, Judy, Garrett Wilson, Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, Ricky Pearsall, I do like, Tyler Warren, I like, and Brock Bowers. This guy's probably got the best tight end room, and I didn't even see the other 10 teams.
Yeah, he definitely does.
Purdy, I'm not huge on. Don't mind the two guys in Jacksonville. He's got some solid receivers in that second to third tier of receivers. I don't think he really has that one stud. I mean, I guess you could say maybe Worthy. They're going to need him to step up. Judy's the clear number one. But, what are you getting from who's in there? Uncle Joe throwing the ball?
He can still get it out.
I know. But, yeah, that's another one with just a couple question marks. I'm wondering just Purdy not having a bunch of healthy receivers. It does have Pearsall. I do like the stack. I'm high on Pearsall this year. I'd go C. I'll give him a C. Just because the running back depth, I'm just kind of questioning, wondering about.
His receiver depth, you can't question.
No, not at all.
And like you said, he doesn't really have that one stud player. Maybe I think Achane could possibly be it if he stays healthy, and also too, you know what I mean. Also last year when Tua was playing, Achane was one of the best running backs in fantasy.
Yeah.
So you got to look at it from that lens as well. It definitely will be a headache for him deciding which receivers to start each week. If I was him, maybe I would have tried saving that money he spent on all those, maybe one of those or two of those receivers, and put that money maybe towards a stud quarterback, which I think he could use, or maybe just an upgrade, maybe a better running back than Connor, in my opinion. Because I'm also not too huge on Connor either, me personally, this year. I'm going to have to go with a C+.
All right, let's hop on to the next team, which is Marcus. Let's see what we got working here. He's got Bo Nix, Jonathan Taylor, Josh Jacobs, J.K. Dobbins, Austin Eckler, Javonte Williams, Mixon, Caleb Johnson. His receivers: Higgins, Godwin, J-Mo, Ayuk, Leggett, Evan Ingram. My tight end I like. I like the depth at running back. Having Jonathan Taylor and Josh Jacobs as your starters is probably one of the better ones you're gonna be able to get.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I said, in LA, Dobbins is in LA, right? Or am I thinking?
No,
Yeah.
Dobbins is on Denver now.
Oh, Denver. He can't.
Yeah.
Okay, I completely got that backwards. Sorry. You're right. So.
Damn right, I'm right.
Eckler, is he going to be back to being, what he used to be? Javonte Williams, Joe Mixon. I mean, there's definitely some. I like the running backs. I like Bo Nix. I like Ingram at tight end. There's question marks at receiver because you got Ayuk who's hurt. You got Godwin coming off an injury. So your two starters are going to be Higgins, Williams. Oh, you have to start 3, right?
Yeah, I start 3.
Oh,
yeah.
so you're starting Leggett as well.
He's going to have to start Leggett at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, that's tough. I'd probably go C- just because I kind of wish I like where he went with like quarterback, tight end, and running back. I kind of wish he might have put a little bit more into another guy at receiver. Not even like a stud guy, but even if you got maybe like I don't even want to say just because we're in Buffalo, like a Coleman or Shakir. Or
he needed a nice floor play to hold him over until like Godwin got back at least or something like that because the rest of his team I do like a lot. You know what I mean? Like other than Leggett being like his wide receiver 3, there's not really.
If he had a better wide receiver 3, I think I would have bumped that grade up a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, certainly got just as I don't know.
I'm gonna give him a B minus just because I see a lot of upside with this team. I can see, you know what I mean. I can see this working out eventually. I just don't know if it's gonna work out in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Dobbins is probably your flex in the beginning, and plus I do like. I'm a big fan of T. Higgins and Jameson Williams this year. But let's go on to Blaze. So Blaze has got Baker Mayfield at quarterback, Chuba Hubbard and Montgomery as his top running backs. He's got a lot of handcuffs at running backs or stole handcuffs from other people. He's hoping on some downfalls here. He's got, just name a couple, he's got Algier, he's got Brian Robinson. At receivers, he's absolutely stacked. Nico Collins, Puka Nacua, Amon-Ra St. Brown, DK Metcalf. I don't think there's going to be a better receiver room in the league, top to bottom, than what Blaze has right now.
That's for sure.
And Zach Ertz as his tight end.
That's a solid squad.
Yeah, I mean, so
I know where I would go.
Where are you going?
I'm going B minus.
B minus.
The only thing is that he has, like you said, he's got his handcuffs at running back behind Hubbard and Montgomery, to where I feel like you're kind of hoping something goes wrong for a starter somewhere else.
If something breaks right there for him, he might have the best team in the league. And the thing is, like, he killed it with this strategy a couple of years ago. He went undefeated champion. He was an undefeated champion doing this strategy. I mean, like, I think he got better receivers a couple of years ago when he did this because I think he got like Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams, Lamb. But then he absolutely nutted it. He got Kyron Williams for like a couple bucks before anyone even know who he was really. He had Mostert when he had that huge season. He had like 18 touchdowns. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, this is definitely a strategy that's worked for Blaze before. He definitely went back to the well with it. I'm gonna have to give him a B minus. I think it's pretty solid.
Yeah, definitely a solid squad. It's probably one of my favorites so far.
I feel like Blaze and Marcus are both in like that same neighborhood. Like they need one thing like break right for them, and I think they're really set up pretty well.
All right, we're on to our probably both of our favorite persons to ever exist in this world, and that's Todd.
I think you said you wanted to hug him or something.
I would love to.
Okay, well, Todd, just know that Ty wants to give you a hug.
Yeah, next time I see him, I'm gonna give him a big hug.
Okay.
But let's see what he's working with. He's got Patrick Mahomes, Jordan Love. Obviously, you're starting Mahomes, I'm guessing, as your
I don't know about that, me personally.
No? You think he's going...
Well, I mean, like, Mahomes hasn't been great in fantasy.
No, but I mean, I'm guessing because of what you paid for him.
Well, yeah, just because of that, but...
Kamara, Walker, there's your two starters. Jaylen Warren, I do like, let me see. What's got going on at receiver? McConkey, Lamb, Rashee Rice, DJ Moore, Jacoby Myers, I do like. I like his receivers, too. I feel like if you can get solid play out of your starting running backs, even like Warren, I feel like that's a good guy to have. Stevenson, it's like how much work's he gonna get with Henderson being there.
Right.
Mason, I do like.
I can see Mason being like a secret play this year.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about Mason too.
Mhm.
I think he's gonna touch the ball a lot more. I should have wrote down these grades. I forgot what because I just don't want to sound like I'm giving everyone a similar grade
Right.
or anything like that. But no, I do like the quarterbacks. Yeah, I mean, I think that's another solid team. Little bit of wonders just in the running back room. Your receiving room is fine. You got depth there.
Me personally, I'm not a huge fan of Kamara this year just because that team is a mess. I mean, I can see it being a PPR scam for a few weeks, as I like to say, because he's going to get a lot of dump offs. He'll have those games where he have like 8 catches for like 50 yards, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's just disgusting that he gets 13 fantasy points from that. But he's someone I can see like sitting towards the end of the year and stuff like that. And I just don't see a lot of upside in that offense, me personally.
Gotcha. I do like Hawkinson just with having that young quarterback in McCarthy. Like all eyes are going to be on Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
So I mean, you gotta have somebody reliable too. Not that Jefferson's not reliable, but you got Addison out the first 3 or 4 games.
Yeah.
As well. So I do like that. I'd give his team a B minus. I think that's on the higher side just because I do wonder about the running backs, but I do like the potential that he has there.
I'm going to come up with a bold take. I think Todd's going to start Jordan Mason a lot this year just because I think eventually Walker could get hurt, or I think what I said could happen with Kamara could eventually happen. I think Mason is going to end up being pivotal for Todd's team this year. I'm going to go with a solid B grade for Todd. I think he's got a good team. Really even across the board, I feel he's really not weak in any particular spot. And also he's got Rice coming. When Rice comes back, he might have the only receiving core that can maybe match up with Blaze even just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But let's go with Kurt. He's got at quarterback Jaden Daniels, running back he's spent up. He got Genty and Kyron Williams, and then he got Zach Charbonnet coming up bench or maybe a flex a couple weeks as well. Receivers, he's got Terry McLaurin, Mike Evans. He also did something interesting. He took Pittman and Josh Downs. That's going to be a.
I don't mind that, but it's just you're wondering. You're probably going to scratch your head.
Oh, he's going to be. Yeah, you're going to be pulling your hair out trying to figure out what to go with there every week. And also, too, I'm not really a big fan of Daniel Jones starting there either. I think he'll hit Downs. I don't think he hits Pittman.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how that plays out.
Yeah. Nice tight ends and McBride and Kincaid. I feel like you're really hoping. I mean, you're in Buffalo. You want a Bills guy, but you're kind of hoping this is the year Kincaid kind of like gets back to being reliable and staying on the field. Hopefully, it looks like how he did his rookie year.
Yeah, I wonder if Kincaid does break out. I wonder if Kirk goes with Kincaid maybe in the flex spot there.
Right.
That's something that he could do as well.
For sure.
I think he needs something like that to happen. McLaurin and Evans as your top 2 receivers is pretty solid.
Yeah, that is solid.
I feel like his depth isn't great unless something breaks right for him. He needs Charbonnet to maybe take over for Walker at some point in the season.
Right, or you really need 4 to just absolutely demolish his carries and.
I just don't see that happening.
I don't know if it happens, but
he's been in the league how long? He just hasn't been that type of player yet. I don't think he just magically becomes it, but who knows?
Right. I love Daniels though.
Kurt, I'm gonna have to give you a C+.
I was gonna say the same exact thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Kurt was really doing well in the beginning of the draft. I feel him saving his money and putting that towards like Pittman, the last of his money at least that he had, and putting that towards Pittman and Downs. I think he could put that in a couple better places.
Right. All right. So we're heading on to Rob. We're gonna try to get everyone, get through all this with all 12 teams. So we got McCarthy, Derrick Henry, and Bijan Robinson. I mean, there's the best running back
duo in the league. Yeah, I thought at first it'd be Jacobs and Taylor, but we got Henry and Bijan. Pretty good. And you also got Travion Henderson.
Henderson. You got Scatterbo, who could be starting at some point. To me, it's just a lot of what ifs at receiver. You got McMillan, you got Pickens, Ibuka, Naylor, Jaden Higgins. Let me see. It's a little.
Got the dude from Tennessee, A.O. Manor.
Yep. Sorry, it's a little blurry on my screen. You got Kyle Williams from Patriots, right?
Yeah, and you got Kyle Pitts, a tight end. Oh, he's Well, he's winning the league now.
Yeah, if you got Kyle Pitts, you already won in my book.
Yeah.
But yeah, McCarthy, I'm not sure exactly how he's going to be in that offense. I know we kind of talked about wondering if they were going to run the ball more.
I think they will.
Just because, at some point you don't want to put a ton on his shoulders.
Yeah.
I love the running back room. I mean, if I had to rate the running back room itself, I mean,
that's an A plus.
Yeah, that's one thing. But besides Pickens, I mean, I do like McMillan. I just obviously don't know at rookies and how they look, but I would probably crap. It's so hard because all I keep seeing is his 2 starting running backs.
Yeah.
So it's like I want to go off of that, but if I'm going just based off a team, I think I have to go C. Just because the upside here is amazing.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to go up a C as well. I love the running back room. I wonder if eventually Rob makes a trades a running back for a receiver eventually.
Yeah, if you can get a guy like Henderson maybe to trade and you can get yourself another solid receiver.
Or if Scatterbo eventually starts, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's another thing.
If he starts taking off with the Giants, yeah.
It's just that there's questions there. I think McMillan can be good, but what if he has rookie growing pains? Stuff can go wrong there. Egbuka can have rookie growing pains as well. I think Pickens being your most sure thing, and I'm not saying Pickens. I think Pickens have a good year this year, but that being your most sure thing at receiver means you have a volatile room.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah, so I mean, but yeah, like I said, there's a lot of upside. I mean, I could see this is a team that I feel like later on could get hot. And
for sure,
just run.
If those rookie receivers, like they a lot of times do towards the end of the year, start doing good, then yes.
Right, for sure. Okay, so that was Rob. So we're on to Dave.
So we got Joe Burrow and Drake May at quarterback. We got Saquon Barkley, Isaiah Pacheco as his top 2 running backs. We got Tyrone Tracy and Trey Benson as well. Justin Jefferson, Shakir, Jordan Addison, Jennings, and Mooney as his receivers. And tight end, he's got Kelsey and Goddard.
All right, so 2 solid quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I think May's going to continue to, progress. Gotta love having Barkley. That's just a pretty penny to pay.
Yeah, he paid him huge pennies on Barkley and Jefferson combo, which nothing wrong with that, obviously. But, I mean, I feel like he definitely sacrificed some depth here.
For sure.
Definitely, you have to start 3 receivers in this league. You're going to have to start Shakir and probably, and Addison's out the first 3 games. Probably have to start Shakir and Jennings, or maybe Darnell Mooney.
Right, I'd probably start Mooney, honestly.
Yeah, so I mean, it's definitely question marks there with depth.
Same thing with running back, I feel.
Yeah.
I mean, I do like Trey Benson. I feel like if you're going to have a backup running back guy, that's one of the guys to have.
Yeah. Yeah, it's someone that can definitely break up.
Tracy, it's who knows what that running back room's going to be like.
I think Scatterbo eventually takes over.
I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, now that you say that. But yeah, I mean, that's a tough one. It's a tough one. Not a ton of depth at receiver. You're really throwing all your eggs in a couple of baskets, hoping for the best. Like, you're hoping that you get just like 20 plus points out of Jefferson and Barkley every week, and you're hoping Burrow is taking off.
Well, yeah. Let's put it like this: if Jefferson and Barkley don't pay off for him, Dave is done. He is going to have a bad season.
Right, and that's the thing. I've always been a guy who tries to even out, the team at every position, just because I don't like to just throw it all into a couple of guys.
Mm-hmm.
So for that, I would have to go C-. But just because, I mean, this is another team I feel like you could look at halfway through the season, like when Addison's back and like you could see how the running back room shape out, that you could be like, oh, okay, this is a guy I could see in a playoff spot.
Yeah, for sure. I want to go with a C because I think Mooney can be underrated at times. I think he's, he can definitely pop up some games. He's definitely going to need that at the beginning of the season, especially with no Addison. Yeah, but I think this team does have a little potential if he does hit in those value picks, because I think Barkley and Jefferson will be completely fine, like they normally are.
Right.
But
who are we on to now?
We got John, the other John. So John has this thing where he thinks everyone's always colluding against him. You have seen this in person. I don't know where he gets it from, but it's real fun to watch. We'll go through his team in a little bit, but man. Also, too, I'm going to point this out. I have struggled in this league the last few years as well. So you know what, John? I think there's a lot of collusion going on. Let's create an alliance right now, a non-secret alliance. We're going to take down this league together. So, all right. So we got Herbert and Goff at quarterback.
Solid.
He paid $18 for Corey Grosky-Merritt, just throwing that out there.
Not so solid.
Jameer Gibbs and Cook, solid. He's got A.J. Brown, Kupp, Diggs, Olave, and Kirk as his receivers. And he's got Ferguson and Loveland as his tight ends.
Like the tight ends.
Yeah, I think if you're going late tight end, I think those are solid guys that
Yeah.
could be top 10.
Yeah, those are solid guys to have. To me, you're just flip-flopping probably at quarterback every week between
Yeah.
Herbert and Goff. Unless you really like Herbert or you really like Goff, I feel like if that's me, I'm just trying to take which quarterback has a better matchup.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that could be a pain as the year goes on.
He does have the Lions offense, so if he does start Goff and Gibbs together, so it's
Right.
not a bad offense to be tied to.
No, not at all. But I mean, you got a solid, whatever quarterback you're starting, you're set. You're set.
Yeah, for sure.
Gibbs and Cook as your two starters are nice. A.J. Brown, and then after him, I mean, I like Diggs. He's spending pretty penny on Olave.
Yeah, that's kind of where I think he messed up in this draft. Olave, Kupp, and Merritt were overpriced for him, in my opinion. Kupp at 10 and Olave at 17. I think he could have got better players.
Yeah, I think if you could have switched that up a little bit and maybe got another decent receiver in there to go along with A.J. Brown, I feel like we'd be looking at something different right here.
I think it was lack of patience that did him in, because I think if he would have not spent early on those guys, I think Olave spent late on, but I think him spending $10 on Kupp early when there were still good receivers around. Merritt in the beginning for $18. I mean, Walker went for 19. I would rather have Walker for 19, me personally. Right. For that, I'm sorry, I have to give him a C- here. Maybe even like a D+, just because, just because of those reasons.
I would go with C, just because like I said, I love Gibbs and Cook. I do like Diggs a lot this year, and if you can get another guy outside of Brown to really step up, like say Olave or Kupp just really has a good solid season, then that was a big success. But I mean, maybe he was high on Cooper Kupp this year. I don't know, but it's one of those things, and the depth at running back just isn't there. So it's one of those things where, like, yeah, I mean, if he could have fit maybe one more, if you want to say stud into either running back or wide receiver, I feel like it'd be good.
Okay. But let's go on to the next team right here. We got Mike.
Got the commish.
We got Hurts and Fields at quarterback.
Nice.
Bucky Irving at running back. He spent up for R.J. Harvey $20. He's big on him this year. We'll see if that pays off for him. Blake Corum and Dylan Sampson round out his running back room. We got Drake London, Odunze, Cortland Sutton, Ridley. Not a bad receiver room, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He's also got Luther Burden, George Kittle, and Tucker Graff at tight end.
I like
Not
that.
a bad tight end room at all.
That's another solid tight end room.
Yeah, like Kraft as your backup. I mean, that was someone I was maybe looking at as a starter if things
I drafted
didn't fall
him
right for
super late as a starter in the league.
So,
but I like the running backs. He got the running guys.
Yeah,
he's got the running guys. I like those guys. Obviously, Hurts is your starter. Bucky Irvin can't go wrong. Harvey, I don't know what that backfield's gonna look like. I mean, I feel like you're either high on him or you're not.
For sure.
That's the thing.
Yeah, I'm not someone that was as high on, but I can see it working out.
Yeah, I wasn't very high on him, but I wouldn't be surprised if it worked out.
For sure.
Say. But like you said, with the wide receiver group, Drake London, I like. Odunze is somebody that you were messaging me not too long ago.
Yeah, he was a late riser for me, Mike, so you took him for me.
Sutton, I feel like he's like all reliable.
Yeah, he's all reliable. He was great towards the end.
The next guy on that list is somebody I wanted in every draft, and that's Calvin Ridley, and I got him in a decent amount. I was super high on Ridley.
Yeah, I liked Ridley too.
Burden, and Tesla, Kittle. Yeah, he's got.
And Hurts is your quarterback. I mean, he got for a solid price too. I think he got for like $16.
Nice.
So I'm not sure if I read that right. But
I can't tell. Mine it looks like 75.
Yeah,
so.
It looks like 15 or 16. But
I think 15 maybe.
Yeah, but Mike did a good job this year. I think he's someone I can definitely can see in the playoffs for sure. Heck, I like his team because I feel like I was on a lot of these guys as well. I'm gonna have to give Mike honestly like a B+. Like I think he's gonna have a really good team this year.
I'm stuck because I don't know about Sampson. Corum, I don't know about either. So I feel like you're kind of just really hoping on your starting guys.
Harvey's his X factor.
Yeah, for sure. But like I said, he's got some nice depth at receiver. So who knows? Maybe down the line if there's a guy, you can't play them all. So
Mhm.
maybe there's someone he trades in there for like another proven running back or something.
Or what if Tucker Kraft pops off? Which I
Exactly. There's
think
someone
can
you could
happen.
throw in. You could start two tight ends if you want, or maybe you trade one.
Yeah.
Um, I would say B minus, just because I do like Hurts a lot. Same thing with Irvin, like you said, like his X factor is Harvey.
So we'll save me for last. We're gonna go with Nick's team.
Okay.
So he's a newcomer to the league. What was funny about him was he had someone in his ear. They have like 2-person team. So the
okay.
other guy didn't show up. He was in his earpiece talking to him. So
Well, that's kind of. It's always kind of fun to do like co-mans. And
yeah.
stuff.
So I thought that was pretty cool. But anyways, we got Josh Allen at quarterback. Great pick.
Yep.
Chase Brown and Tony Pollard and DeAndre Swift as his running backs. To round out the room, he's got Nick Chubb, Justice Hill, and Kareem Hunt. Brian Thomas, Smith and Jigba, Golden, Debo Samuel, Shaheed, and Wandale Robinson as receivers. And he's got Sam Laporta as his tight end.
Boy, and the Texans defense.
Yeah, and it's got who can forget.
Yeah, I mean you got Allen, so you're always going to be getting something great out of him.
Sure.
I like this might be one of my top running back rooms. I like this is a sneaky running back room.
This is a really good running back room. It is sneaky too because Tony Pollard, I think, especially at the beginning, you were about Spears is going to be really good. And Tony Pollard was fine last year, and that was with Will Levis at quarterback. If Cam Ward is just average, I mean, if the whole offense goes up, Tony Pollard goes up as well.
For sure, but yeah, Chase Brown, solid, Swift. Too, I like what they did in Chicago with the offensive line. I think that's going to help out. I know you're huge in
Chicago this year, so
yeah, I don't know why. Chubb too. It's like it's one of those things. I wouldn't really pan on it, but it's like okay, mixes out the first 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
It's this guy just going to come in and like maybe he only gets you 50 rushing yards, but maybe he's got 2 touchdowns from the 1 yard line.
Yeah, I just wonder if he's dusted because those are catastrophic. That's
I just like I said, I wouldn't plan on it, but I mean that's something. Like I said, it's sneaky.
Yeah,
it's sneaky. Beat Brian Thomas Jr. and Nick Jigba. Nick Jigba was another receiver I was super high on. I think I got him in at least one draft. Him and Ridley were like my 2 guys I wanted to like land in almost every draft. So that's good. Golden, I heard good things about. Debo, I don't know. Shaheed, I'm not huge on. Robinson as well. Laporta, I feel like if you get Sam Laporta from a couple years ago,
yeah,
this team, this is going to be a good team.
I feel like Laporta and Golden are going to be his X factors here. I feel if those 2 pan out, I think it's going to be one of the best teams in the league. To be honest,
I agree. I would go B+ with this team.
Yeah, B+. It's bordering on A- for me, to be honest.
Like, yeah, just like I said, like man, if there was maybe
another sure receiver.
I was just going to say, I'm trying to think of who. I'm trying to think of like what caliber receiver could be thrown in there that I would be like, holy cow, this is an A team.
Maybe if he didn't get Golden and Sammy, like that $14 worth that went towards like Ridley or something like that.
If he had like a Ridley in here or like even like a Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah, I think even that. Having a more sure receiver because
I would give this at least an A- if there was another receiver.
Yeah, I would say this is a solid team. I think that I would say right now I'm most sure that Nick and Mike are going to be in the playoffs right now. Maybe Todd as well because I think he's well rounded out as well.
Right. All right, we saved the best for last. Have you made the playoffs in this league?
Yes, but Andrew Luck was my quarterback, so I think it's time to get back in the playoffs.
Oh gosh.
It's an Andrew Luck curse, and my picture is Luck on the team this year. So.
All right, I'm going to read this one off. All right?
Go ahead.
So for Johnny, we have Dak Prescott and Kyler Murray as quarterbacks. His running backs, we have Christian McCaffrey, Breece Hall, Ollie Gordon. Lots of orange stickers on here. Lots of receivers. We got Malik Neighbors, Devontae Adams, Marvin Harrison Jr., Travis Hunter, Keon Coleman, Adam Thielen, Jalen Coker, and what's the last one? It's very blurry on that.
Horton.
Oh, Horton, sorry. Njoku at tight end, and for all of you who care about defense, he has 49ers. Let's see.
I can't create my own team. So.
I'm just gonna. If we're being honest, this team freaking blows. I'm kidding. Prescott, I always think is such a good fantasy quarterback.
Yes.
He's always a good fantasy quarterback. I feel like you've been high on Kyler forever.
Yeah,
Like-
I have, but I was lucky I didn't get a lot of them last year because he kind of, went down. But I got him for cheap this year.
Yeah,
so, I'll
you
take
were
it.
super high on McCaffrey. How much did you spend on McCaffrey? 64.
Well,
Okay.
I would have gotten cheaper if Ryan didn't bid me up on him. That's why I got him back for put Mounty and Henry.
So yeah, you were super high on McCaffrey, which it's like, hey, like I said, if you like someone, you gotta go get him.
Yes, that was my guy.
Yeah, everyone has their guy or guys. Brees Hall.
No homo.
Brees Hall. I know you said you weren't high on, but for the price,
For the price for $10, I mean,
yeah.
the risk is kind of taken away at that point.
So yeah, I don't mind him for that.
Let's put it like this: JCM went for 18. Kenneth Walker went for 19. Travion Henderson went for 30.
Yeah.
The Brees Hall disrespect has gotten a little bit too far. Okay.
Ollie Gordon's. You're just hoping you hit on something.
He's getting 10 touchdowns this year.
Absolutely not.
Ollie, you heard it here first. This is my hot take this year. This might be the only time Dolphins fans like me. Ollie Gordon, 10 touchdowns this year.
Absolutely not. I love Neighbors. Devontae, I don't mind. Marvin Harrison, I do like. Travis Hunter, I don't know what the hell's going on there. I don't even know what side of the ball. He's going to play both, but how much? Like, who knows?
Hey, Liam Cohen has said he's going to play 80% of the snaps on offense.
Well, then we'll see. I know you're high on Coleman this year,
Yes, sir.
touchdown-wise. I am, too. If you're going to have a receiver, if you're going to have anybody, obviously you want, to me, you want Allen or Cook.
Mhm.
But if you're going to have the receivers, it's Coleman or Shakir.
Yeah, and Coleman has more upside, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Is there any way I can parlay Ollie Gordon and Keon Coleman 10 touchdowns this year?
You probably could put a 5 cents for like 6.7 billion. Thielen, he's gonna get you. I feel like he'll get you a solid like 10 points.
It's a floor play in case bad stuff
Yeah,
happens.
I get it. Njoku, I really like. I've been high on Njoku forever.
Njoku was my guy this year at tight end. I was glad I got him for $7 because back a couple years ago when Flacco was playing too, he loved him some Njoku. I remember
Yep.
all the way back then. I don't know if some of our viewers are old enough to remember this, but when Joe Flacco was having that Super Bowl run with the Ravens, he was hitting Dennis Pitta like crazy. You know what I mean? When Dennis Pitta was finally healthy, which was rare. But you know what I mean? I think he views, and I think Njoku's like way more talented than Dennis Pitta ever was.
All right, so let's get to the grading part of this. So, love the depth at receiver. Don't love the depth at running back. And I love my running backs.
Yeah, so I'm probably going to downgrade for that.
Honestly, if you could swing something, like you said, I mean, if Gordon actually pans out, to be something solid, you're good. Honestly, I think you might be in a better spot maybe to trade a receiver for a running back at some point. How many running backs? You're starting 2?
Yeah, I'm starting to.
Okay.
Does it help that I picked up Woody Marks?
No. I mean, hopefully for your sake it helps.
He's next Chris Thompson, PPR scam. I don't know if you remember him.
No, I don't even know who that is. I'll give you a C+.
C plus. Okay,
I'll give you a C+.
I gotta prove you wrong.
I do like the quarterbacks too. Like I said, to me it's just more like I'm not huge on McCaffrey this year. I know you know that. But if you get CMC, you get CMC. Excuse me. But that's just a question mark. Honestly, if you had I don't even know. Besides Gordon, if you had
Ollie Gordon was my guy this
year. No, I'm saying if you had. I'm trying to put a name in for a running back. If you had someone just
I think even a J.K. Dobbins or a Pollard would have been nice.
Yeah. Okay, Pollard is perfect. If you have McCaffrey, Hall, and Pollard, that's your team's jumping up a whole other level.
Right.
So, but yeah, I would go C+. If you have Pollard, I'm probably looking at more towards a B+.
Gotcha.
So go trade for him.
Okay, I'll go over it here. Who's got Pollard again? What, Nick? Okay, Nick, I'm about to call you about 20 Pollard right now. Okay.
So.
But all right, everyone. I hope everyone had fun listening to this podcast. Something a little bit different. Coming up, we got some week 1 deep dives and stuff like that. We're going to talk about the Bills and Ravens game real soon. We're both going to be there. But until then, see y'all till next time. Peace out.